Hi there, and welcome to today's episode of the Investor Dictionary. In today's episode, we'll be looking at passive ETFs, in other words, passive exchange traded funds. Passive exchange traded funds are one of the two types of exchange traded funds that are available to investors. Passive ETFs are index tracking funds, which means that all they do is they track a specific benchmark or a specific index. And for that reason, the passive exchange traded funds are not actively managed by a fund manager on a daily basis, because after all that fund needs to do is to track the index, and to be able to track the index, all that fund needs to do is to be invested in the correct ratio of the underlying assets that make up that specific index, and by doing that, that fund will just track that index, be it in an upward or downward manner. So for that reason, you can say that passive exchange traded funds are similar to unit trust investments in that their portfolios are reset at regular intervals. In other words, they do not generate internal capital gains like, say, for instance, the actively managed funds will do, because there's not that much active buying and selling of assets within the fund. However, they differ slightly from unit trusts in that they can be bought and sold on an intraday trading type of basis, where that type of option would not be available to the investor if it were to be a unit trust. And also, your passive exchange traded funds would typically have a much lower management fee associated with it than those associated with your actively managed funds, because they do not need as much active manpower on a day-to-day management type of basis as far as running that exchange traded fund is concerned. That's my definition on passive exchange traded funds, and the end of today's lecture. Please post your comments and questions down below, and click the like button down there, and please remember to subscribe to my channel. That way you can be kept up to date on new videos as I post them on a day-to-day basis. See you next time. Cheers.